Welcome to my channel. My name is Pamela. I would like to share using my own personal journey as to why I chose this title for my channel. I currently have 23 years clean and sober, and getting here was not an easy task. I had to become so sick and tired of being sick and tired, trying to live life on my own terms, and absolutely nothing was working. I was even trying to come up with ways to use with no one knowing. In other words, I wanted to know how I can control my drugs and alcohol use and still go to work and school. My crazy thinking was, how can I do this and still be a good mother, a good daughter, and good sister? It worked for a while. I was able to control my addiction. I was able to wait after work or after school before I would drink or use. No one will ever know. So, I thought. Until I lost control, and the roles reversed, my addiction started controlling me. My focus was no longer on getting to work on time or getting to class. It was on getting the next drink and more. I lost the job and dropped out of school, and I started listening to my addiction. Get up, Pam. It's time to get up. Not to go to work or school, but to get up and feed me. The longer I laid in bed, the worse I felt. Get up and fix me. Take that drink. Take that drug. Get up. It still brings me to tears when sharing my story. I was so oblivious to my drug use I didn't realize I had crossed this invisible line and became a full-fledged addict. Losing everything I tried to hold on to, the job, the kids, my schooling. Nothing worked. I had hit rock bottom. I was in a very dark place in my life at that time. It wasn't until I became so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I realized that I had lost all control of my life. I was incapable of showing up in my own life. I needed something greater than myself to get me back on track. That is when I decided to call out to God with my whole heart and ask Him to help me. As it is said in Matthew 7 verse 7, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." He sent people right away to help me. It was at that time I knew with my whole heart He was real. I went into a program and God's favor was all over me. Every person I met during my recovery journey, from court judges to drug counselors, sponsors, and new and true friends, poured life into me. They walked with me, held my hand until I was able to walk on my own. I was so grateful for the people God placed in my life. I wanted to become one of them. So, I went back to school to become a counselor in several fields: substance abuse, mental health, anger management, and domestic violence counseling. I worked for an organization that allowed me to provide those services for many years. Until I retired last year, but I just couldn't sit around and do nothing. I felt I still had more to give, so I continued to do anger management and domestic violence counseling. But that still wasn't enough, so I started this channel to continue giving back to others. 23 years later, I'm still out of God's way and allowing Him to take control. I have not gone back to that old life except in memory to share my story and victory. This is the beauty of living life on God's terms. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope I have encouraged someone to change their life through the power of letting go and letting God. Please leave a comment on what you thought of my story, and if you are interested in more insight to recovery using 12-step and biblical verse, please subscribe to the channel, like, and share the video so others can see it. Until next time, stay in God's will.